Ahead of me, behind the camera, I can see, oh, I don't know, several dozen more coming. Now, these people are desperate to get across the border from Greece into Macedonia and to go on into Western Europe. And at the moment, the situation is calm. That's mainly because so many managed to break through the border earlier today. Now we're getting more people coming. And what we witnessed earlier was some pretty chaotic scenes. The Macedonian police didn't want to be cruel, but they couldn't cope. They've been told to stop the people from crossing en masse. But the refugees have been here for 3-4 days and more. They're desperate. They're trying to let a few people across at a time, just families, parents with children. But the crush is such that it's really hard. Everybody's pushing to get across. It's almost impossible to stay upright.
Group by group. Group by group.
Guys, he says, they'll let us across in small groups. But no one's listening. All anyone can think of is their own family. And some just take their chance.
We animals? Why? In Syria, war. Yeah, why? Borders closed. Why?
Sometimes it's arbitrary. You go through, you stay. Families are being split. Imagine being 4 years old and watching your older brothers and cousins leaving you behind. Mothers and sisters have gone ahead. But how can they leave the rest of the family? Most people here are Syrians. They've already lost everything. All they have now is each other. Some have fled Bashar al-Assad's barrel bombs, some what they call Daesh, the Islamic State. At this point, what difference does it make?
We don't want Assad, who don't know Daesh, don't know Jabhat Nusra. We want to live and work.
Yeah.
Don't want to kill.
Where are you trying to go to?
To Germany.
Germany. Why Germany?
I hope to live only.
As the day wore on, the numbers grew, and so did the frustration. Suddenly, someone saw an opportunity, a gap over there, so they ran for it. The guards fired a few stun grenades, but no one took much notice. They just kept on running. By late afternoon, more than 1,000 had made it across. But some are too numb to try, too exhausted, scarcely daring to dream of the promised land beyond the razor wire.
Well, Lindsay, why is there seemingly such a crisis on this weekend?
Well, Kathy, the Macedonian border was closed for a long time, and the Syrians who came, they were smuggled through by people smugglers. And there was a lot of viciousness, there was a lot of violence. And so what the Macedonian government did was it opened the border. But what that meant was a far greater influx came. There have been 42,000 in the last 2 months. Now, in the last few minutes, we've seen more coming down, heading for the border. You know, this is really not just a few people just crossing this border. We're talking about all of Europe's borders. I was in contact with a European diplomat earlier today. She was saying, look, this is the biggest refugee crisis that we've seen since World War II. You think about it, 4 million Syrians have fled the war, fled the country. Most of them are in neighbouring countries. Those countries can't cope. 6 million are displaced within Syria. And the people I've been speaking to today, they come from Aleppo, they come from Afrin. These are places where Bashar al-Assad is dropping barrel bombs and where Islamic State is surrounding. These people really can't stay at home. And yet Europe just doesn't want these people. When you see them coming, and particularly when you see all these kids, you think these people don't know what's going to greet them. And what's going to greet them is not a welcome. And my goodness, what I've seen today is they are desperate.